Attachment after a breakup is a quiet weight that lingers, often unnoticed until it begins to shape thoughts, feelings, and choices. Recognizing that you are still emotionally connected to someone you've parted with is not a weakness. It is a testament to the depth of your capacity to love, to care, and to connect. By staying with this reflection till the end of the video, you will begin to understand the subtle ways attachment manifests, how it influences your emotional world, and what it means to start reclaiming your own energy without dismissing the love that was real. One of the most persistent signs of lingering attachment is mental revisiting. The mind loops through memories, conversations, or imagined scenarios, sometimes for hours, sometimes in fleeting moments triggered by a song, a place, or even a random thought. This is not an indication that you are failing to move on. It is simply the mind holding on to what was familiar and meaningful. Awareness of this pattern is crucial. It allows you to observe without judgment, to notice when energy is being pulled toward the past, and to gently redirect attention to what is present. Reclaiming this mental space is a subtle but profound step toward emotional autonomy. Another indicator is frequent comparison, comparing yourself, potential partners, or life experiences to the past relationship. This comparison is rarely about objective evaluation. It is a way the mind seeks continuity, security, or validation. Recognition of this pattern is the first step in dissolving its hold. When you notice yourself drawing comparisons, there is an opportunity to pause, reflect, and return attention to the present, to your growth, and to your own evolving needs. If this reflection resonates, it is worth pausing here and choosing to stay connected with this space. Subscribing to the channel is not about obligation. It is an invitation to honor your process, to remind yourself that reflection, patience, and healing are supported, and that you are not navigating this journey alone. Emotional reactivity is another common sign. Small reminders, a social media update, a memory, a scent, or even a passing thought can trigger strong feelings that seem disproportionate to the moment. These emotional spikes are not a flaw. They are evidence that your heart is still intertwined with what once mattered deeply. Observing these reactions without self-judgment allows the mind to gradually untangle from the past, reclaiming control over energy and focus while still honoring the love that existed. Clinging to hope is another indicator. Imagining a future reconciliation, second chances, or alternative endings can replay endlessly in the mind, subtly tethering emotional energy. Awareness of this pattern does not diminish love, it simply allows space for clarity. When hope is observed without compulsion, you can begin to reclaim focus, turning attention toward your own healing and the life that continues to unfold in the present. Difficulty making decisions without reference to your ex is another subtle sign. Even choices about social life, potential partners, or personal priorities may carry the weight of the past. The heart may unconsciously seek continuity or reassurance. Recognizing this influence allows for conscious choice-making rooted in your own values and needs. Each decision made independently strengthens self-respect, agency, and the ability to move forward without being tethered by attachment. Physical reminders, photos, gifts, messages, or shared spaces often carry emotional weight that can sustain attachment. These objects are not inherently harmful, but if they dominate thoughts or evoke repeated longing, they become anchors to the past. Establishing mindful boundaries around them, through storage, limitation of exposure, or reflection, is an act of care. It honors the connection without letting it dominate the present, creating space for clarity and emotional autonomy. Sensitivity to intimacy reminders, such as songs, shared phrases, or memories, also reveals attachment. Emotional waves triggered by these reminders are natural. Observing them with gentle curiosity, rather than reacting impulsively, allows for gradual integration. The heart learns that it can hold love remembered without being overwhelmed or defined by it, fostering emotional clarity and resilience. A recurring tendency to idealize the past relationship is another subtle yet significant indicator. Memories may be filtered, emphasizing connection, warmth, or happiness while downplaying challenges or incompatibilities. This selective lens can prolong attachment by creating an illusion of perfection. Awareness allows perspective to emerge, balancing appreciation for what was with clarity about why it ended. This balanced reflection strengthens emotional maturity and supports liberation from lingering emotional dependence. Monitoring an ex's life through social media, friends, or casual updates is one more sign. The subtle urge to know, check, or compare indicates that emotional energy remains tethered. Awareness of this impulse allows conscious processing, observing without acting, reflecting without compulsion, and redirecting focus toward life, growth, and presence. Gradually, curiosity becomes neutral observation, and the heart begins to reclaim clarity, freedom, and autonomy. Even replaying conflicts or unresolved arguments signals lingering attachment. The mind may repeatedly analyze past disagreements, imagining alternative outcomes or seeking closure that will never arrive. Reflection is healthy, but excessive rumination prolongs emotional tethering. By observing these thought patterns, the heart learns to acknowledge pain without being dominated by it, integrating experience into wisdom while freeing energy for self-care and present life. The journey toward emotional clarity begins when patterns of attachment are observed and understood. By staying with this reflection until the end, it becomes clear that lingering feelings are not a weakness, but a sign that love was significant and that the heart has capacity to care deeply. Awareness transforms attachment from something that unconsciously dictates thoughts, choices, and energy into something that can be consciously processed, integrated, and released over time. Emotional liberation begins with gentle observation and grows through repeated acts of reflection and boundary setting. One sign that attachment remains is the tendency to imagine reconciliation. The mind often entertains scenarios in which things might have turned out differently, conversations are replayed, or second chances are visualized. This is a natural manifestation of longing and does not indicate failure or weakness. Observing these thoughts without acting on them is a practice in emotional discipline. By recognizing the difference between what is real and what is imagined, energy gradually shifts from compulsion toward conscious reflection, fostering both healing and autonomy. Another sign is lingering jealousy or sensitivity to updates about your ex. A passing mention, a photo, or a social media update may stir unexpected discomfort or longing. These reactions are natural and are rooted in attachment, but unchecked, they can perpetuate emotional tethering. Awareness allows these feelings to exist without dictating behavior. By noticing the sensations, breathing into them, and choosing present-focused action, the heart begins to reclaim its freedom, reinforcing self-respect and resilience. Difficulty establishing boundaries or asserting independence is another subtle but powerful sign. The heart may unconsciously seek validation, continuity, or approval from someone who is no longer present. Observing how this manifests in decision-making, social engagement, or emotional energy allocation provides insight into the ways attachment still exerts influence. Each act of conscious choice that prioritizes personal needs over past ties strengthens autonomy, clarifies values, and reinforces the capacity for self-care. Replaying past conflicts or unresolved arguments is also common. The mind may repeatedly analyze situations that cannot be changed, seeking answers or closure that will never arrive. While reflection is necessary for growth, excessive rumination prolongs attachment and prevents energy from returning fully to the present. Observing these thought cycles without judgment allows the heart to integrate lessons learned, release lingering tension, and focus on experiences that foster healing, clarity, and personal empowerment. Physical reminders, gifts, messages, or shared spaces often sustain emotional attachment if they dominate attention or evoke repeated longing. Mindful management of these triggers, whether through intentional storage, selective exposure, or reflection, is an act of self-respect and care. It does not erase memory or diminish love. It simply creates space for clarity and presence. Each small act of conscious boundary setting is a step toward emotional autonomy, reinforcing resilience and the ability to engage fully in the present. If this reflection resonates, it is worth pausing here. Subscribing to this channel is not a task, but an invitation to remain connected with a space that honors reflection, supports growth, and nurtures the journey of healing. This is a space to witness your emotional process, gain insight into attachment patterns, and cultivate the strength to reclaim energy and focus. Idealization of the past is another subtle indicator of attachment. Memories may selectively highlight intimacy, connection, or joy while minimizing challenges or incompatibilities. This creates a lens through which the mind reinforces longing. Awareness allows the heart to honor love without remaining trapped by idealized perceptions. Recognizing both the meaningful and the imperfect aspects of the past fosters emotional maturity, perspective, and liberation. Recurring curiosity about an ex's life, whether via social media, mutual friends, or indirect updates, also signals attachment. While it is natural to want to know, repeated monitoring can maintain invisible emotional ties. Awareness of this impulse allows conscious processing, observing without compulsive action, reflecting without judgment, and redirecting energy toward present priorities. Over time, curiosity becomes neutral observation, and the heart regains clarity, freedom, and self-reliance. Sensitivity to triggers of intimacy, phrases, gestures, or songs, often arises long after a breakup. Emotional waves in response to these stimuli are natural, yet awareness is key. Observing feelings without reacting impulsively allows integration rather than entanglement. With consistent practice, the heart can honor love remembered while maintaining presence, energy, and agency. This is not denial or suppression. It is the cultivation of emotional resilience, self-trust, and autonomy. Even subtle emotional dependence, needing validation from mutual friends, or being influenced by past patterns in social or professional choices, signals attachment. Observing these patterns without judgment is a vital step in reclaiming independence. The heart gradually learns to trust its own guidance, to make decisions rooted in present reality, and to release energy previously held in service of attachment. Each act of conscious awareness reinforces self-respect, clarity, and the capacity to live fully and authentically. Finally, recognizing these signs is itself an act of empowerment. Each awareness of lingering attachment is an opportunity to reclaim energy, establish boundaries, and deepen reflection. Healing is not about erasing love or denying feelings. It is about integrating experience, honoring emotion, and gradually reclaiming autonomy. The process is subtle, gradual, and requires patience, but it is profoundly transformative. Emotional freedom is possible even when attachment lingers, and the first step is conscious observation. By staying with this reflection until the end, it becomes clear that lingering feelings are not a flaw, but a sign that love mattered deeply. Awareness transforms attachment from a hidden influence into something that can be processed, understood, and integrated into personal growth. Each act of reflection, boundary setting, and self-care reclaims energy and strengthens the heart's capacity to carry love remembered without being defined by it. One of the most revealing signs of attachment is emotional reactivity, sudden waves of longing, sadness, or even anger triggered by small reminders. A song, a phrase, or a passing thought may stir the heart unexpectedly, bringing with it a cascade of memories and imagined possibilities. These reactions are not a weakness. They are the proof that the connection mattered. Observing these emotions without judgment, allowing them to exist and pass naturally, strengthens resilience and helps the heart reclaim autonomy. Emotional independence grows as each wave is witnessed rather than acted upon, and as attention is gently redirected toward the present. Idealization of the past relationship can further perpetuate attachment. The mind may selectively emphasize moments of joy, intimacy, or connection while minimizing the difficulties, misunderstandings, or incompatibilities that existed. Awareness of this selective memory allows perspective to emerge, fostering clarity and reducing the emotional hold of the past. Recognizing that love was real but not perfect creates space for reflection, self-compassion, and emotional liberation. Integration of memory and reality transforms longing into insight, helping the heart honor what was while reclaiming presence and agency. Curiosity about an ex's life, whether via social media, mutual acquaintances, or indirect updates, is another subtle sign of lingering attachment. While it is natural to wonder, repeated monitoring can sustain invisible ties and perpetuate longing. Awareness of this impulse allows for conscious choice, observing without compulsive action, redirecting attention toward personal priorities, and reclaiming energy previously invested in following someone else's life. Over time, curiosity becomes neutral observation, emotional intensity diminishes, and the heart regains balance and independence. Physical reminders, photos, gifts, spaces, or messages may trigger longing or grief, prolonging attachment if they dominate attention. Mindful management of these reminders, whether through reflection, organization, or limiting exposure, allows the heart to honor the past without being tethered by it. Each small, intentional act of care reinforces autonomy and presence, creating conditions for healing that are both compassionate and empowering. Boundaries are not walls. They are structures that preserve energy and nurture emotional clarity. Sensitivity to intimacy reminders, gestures, shared phrases, or music often persists long after a breakup. Emotional waves in response to these stimuli are natural, but they can be observed without reactive behaviors. Conscious witnessing of feelings fosters integration rather than entanglement, allowing the heart to hold love remembered while remaining grounded in the present. This practice strengthens self-trust, emotional resilience, and the capacity to engage fully with life, even when longing occasionally surfaces. Subtle patterns of dependence, such as seeking validation from friends, hesitating in decision-making, or aligning personal choices with the past relationship, are signs that attachment still exerts influence. Observing these patterns without judgment is critical. Each act of awareness and conscious choice nurtures independence, clarifies personal values, and gradually disentangles energy that has been unconsciously tied to the past. Through repeated practice, autonomy becomes natural, and decisions are guided by present reality rather than emotional tethering. The act of integrating these insights into daily life requires patience and self-compassion. Some days will feel lighter, others heavier, and waves of longing may resurface unpredictably. Yet each moment of reflection, each boundary observed, and each choice made in alignment with self-priorities contributes to liberation. Healing is not linear, but it is cumulative. The heart gradually learns that it can carry love remembered while living fully, embracing new opportunities and cultivating growth, clarity, and inner strength. Toward the final phase of integration, the heart begins to experience a quiet liberation. Longing exists without controlling thoughts, memories coexist with clarity, and awareness transforms attachment into insight. The mind no longer ruminates compulsively, and the heart is free to engage with life in a grounded and intentional way. The depth of love remains, but it no longer defines presence or dictates energy. Emotional autonomy emerges naturally, supported by self-care, reflection, and patience. If these reflections resonate, consider subscribing, not as a routine, but as a quiet affirmation that your journey, courage, and emotional growth are honored. This channel exists to provide gentle guidance, validation, and support as you navigate lingering attachment, reclaim your energy, and cultivate the strength to hold love remembered without being held captive by it. Finally, emotional freedom comes from understanding that attachment and healing can coexist. Love does not have to vanish to allow life to continue, and missing someone does not prevent joy, clarity, or growth. By observing signs of attachment, establishing boundaries, nurturing self-care, and practicing patience and reflection, the heart learns to integrate experience without being overwhelmed by it. Each act of conscious awareness strengthens autonomy, restores energy, and cultivates resilience. Healing is not forgetting, and love is not lost. Both can exist together in balance, clarity, and presence.